Oh Wonder. Hi there and welcome along to the extended cut with your host
Mark
and Noah. We are doing the review of the new Oh Wonder album.
Indeed we are.
What's the album called, Dad?
Oh yes, sorry, that's very important, isn't it? Ultralife, sorry, no, Ultralife.
We're doing a review of the new album by Oh Wonder Ultralife. And Oh Wonder are a synth-based indie pop group from London, aren't they, Dad?
From South London, yeah. It's a two-piece.
Well, I don't know if they're from South London.
Well, London.
London.
Wherever.
They're a boy and a girl. They're called Josephine and Anthony. I think they both play instruments and they both sing. Yeah, you can hear that a lot.
Yeah. I think Josephine's the lead voice, and Anthony sort of harmonises throughout.
Now this is Oh Wonder's second album after their first release, which was released in 2015. It was a self-titled, and it was released by themselves. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Yes.
And it did pretty well considering it was a self-release. What happened was it charted in the UK and it got to number 26 in the UK, and it also charted around Europe as well. It got to number 80 in the US, and that's not bad considering that it was self-released and it was a debut album. So and I didn't hear any of the songs on the radio before. In fact, I've never heard about this band until recently, so it kind of shocked me that was the case, because I've heard no radio player of them. Have you, Dan?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Absolutely nothing. Do I think this album will be commercially successful, and even more successful than the last album? I actually think it will be. Even though none of the singles charted or got airplay on Radio 1 or any of the major label stations that I'm aware of, I think it's that kind of record that could get to number 1 in the UK charts, and considering it is on a major label now, and I mean they did well before when they had no label and they still got to number 26, so I think it's definitely going to get to number 1 this time around. Oh Wonder, oh Wonder, oh Wonder. What do I think of this album? And do I think it brings anything new to the table? No, I don't. I don't think it brings anything new. I think it lacks originality, and I don't think it's anything past the usual indie synth pop rubbish that's on the radio right now with all those bands like the XX and Churches. I don't feel it's anything new. Do you think it's anything new?
No, I disagree. I think it is. I think it's a breath of fresh air. Within so many varying genres in the industry at the moment, I really do think it is. It's fresh. It's interesting. The songs have a really sort of nice, easygoing feel to them. It's lovely. It's easy. It's easy listening. It reminds me very much of some of the genres, or some of the genres, but the artists from the 80s and the 90s, such as the Lighthouse Family and Everything But the Girl. I'll come back to Everything But the Girl a bit later on, if I may, Noah.
Fair point.
Sorry?
Fair point.
Yeah, Everything But the Girl, because they were two pieces, well, Boy and a Girl, Everything But the Girl. And it does remind me, because I loved them at the time, and it does, and Charlie as well, perhaps. That sort of easygoing, almost sort of melodic, mystical feel about their songs. So I disagree now, and I think it's a really good feel, and I enjoyed it. There's a couple of disappointing tracks, which of the 12 tracks I think on this album, there's 12 tracks I believe. But
But anyway, what do we actually think of the tracks? Well, first up we have the first track, Solo. Now, Solo is it's a nice, chilled song. It's okay. It's a bit slow. Slow opener.
Too slow.
It's not anything special. I find it's just a bit too dull, predictable, and just the usual. Nothing special. It doesn't grab your attention. It's just too generic for me. I don't personally like it. That's just my opinion. What do you think?
No, I agree with that particularly. It's a slow start, but then it builds well after that. We'll come back to the next track so in a second or two. But yeah, it is a slow start. It is slow. And I didn't really quite know what to expect with such a slow, it's almost like shuffling sound. I was a little bit dubious to start with, but obviously, as I've said just now, it brightened up considerably after that. But I agree, it is a slow start.
It does
it's a slow burner, it's a slow start.
It does have a nice synth bass to it, which I can commend it for.
But apart from
which
that,
it's not. Apart from that, it's very generic and boring. I don't find it that. Next up, we have the title track, Ultralife, which again I find is too predictable. Too boring, and although it does have a nice beat to it. I suppose you could say that the song's about falling in love, and it's just another generic love song, and which I find quite ironic considering like the title, like the first track, Solo, seems to be about something that's like being happy about being single or something, because she goes on about I'm happy to fly solo now or something like that, which really confuses me, because why would your next track be about falling in love if you started the first track to be about to be about being single, about happy about being single? It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, surely after that you would expect an album to go into the past of how they got single or something like that, or something more interesting. And I mean, I know it's just the falling in love thing is just too.
There's
too many falling in love songs.
Yeah, maybe.
That have these synth-based annoyances to them. And after the first track, I was just wondering. I know this lead singer reminds me of something, and I found it out in the second track, because what happened was I was listening to it. I was just thinking in my head, I know who it reminds me of. This reminds me of Ellie Goulding with those whimpering, quivering tendencies in her voice, which really get on my nerves. Which I can't stand in this the singer. I mean, she's not as bad as Ellie Goulding, obviously, because Ellie Goulding, in my opinion, is pretty shocking. Some people love Ellie Goulding, but that's just my opinion. Also, I thought it kind of reminded me a bit like Monday Coldplay, and it's just. Yes, it is very much Coldplay, and I just don't like that.
To their music.
I don't feel that Ultralife. It's just, I don't like Monday Coldplay at all. I mean, I like their old stuff, but they're just not. They've lost a lot. That's again my opinion, and it has that bit Clean Bandit-esque, very clean cut, and it's just like.
I like Clean Bandit.
You don't like Clean Bandit.
I like
but anyway, what do you think of Ultralife?
Yeah, I think it's nice. It's nice. I disagree with you. I think it's a nice song. It's another love song, sure, but I think it's nice. I think it's when the album starts to build up a bit, and it's you can see it's just slowly building, and it does with Ultralife. And I like the
next track is Lifetimes. Now, Lifetimes is where the album starts to pick up, in my opinion. And I think it's a really good song. I love the little piano synthy loop thing. It's really groovy, and it's just really good. it's like you can tell the album's like starting to take steam a little bit, starting to gradually get a little better.
Yeah.
You know, and I also think this just proves the lead singer and why it should be the man, because I mean, when Anthony, who is the male of,
he is the one half,
and when he has his solo bit in this song, I feel he kills the solo bit. I think he does really good in it. I like his voice a lot, and I think if they had his voice a lot more in the music, I think it would work much better, and I think they would have much better songs than they do. But I mean, that's just my opinion anyway. What do you think?
I liked it very much. It's one of the standout tracks on the album. We'll come to the others a bit later, and I think it's lovely. Yeah, it builds. There's a good crossover between synth and voice. It's well produced, as is the whole album actually. But it's well produced, and it's slowly you're getting into the feel of the album.
I must say, there is the beats in the album. The beats in the album are very good. And its production are very good.
Yeah, they produced it all at home.
It's clean.
Well,
it's clean and shiny, but I do like it.
Yeah, but this is when it starts to build up with this, third track in, and it really starts to building up. It's good tempo changes. It's just a really, really good song.
And the next track up is High on Humans, and to be honest with you, I can't sing enough praises for this track. I think it's really
Absolutely.
good. I love even the start of the robotic start, like I'm getting high on humans, and then it starts and it goes in, and it is probably the best track on the album by far. I mean, it's a real standout track, really good indie pop track, and I didn't actually realise this until I listened to it the second time round, but it kind of reminded me of a bit like I could imagine like a modern day Fall Out Boy making a song like this, can't you?
Yes, I think you can.
I can imagine.
I think you can. Yeah, it's. I know what you mean. It's very catchy feel.
Yeah.
Isn't it too? A very catchy tune. I know apparently all these songs I think have already been released on the internet.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be a very, very good choice for a single. I think it'd be a big hit. They certainly get a lot of radio play.
They did release it. They did release it as a single, but it didn't chart.
Well, I'm surprised because maybe because they weren't as well.
And neither did the rest of the singles, and they released the whole of the album as singles, and none of them charted, and none of them got any airplay, which is amazing. But I still think it will get to number one. Anyway,
I think it'll be a big hit. And you get a lot of play on Radio 1, Radio 2,
but it's not necessarily because it's not necessarily because it's like got like a kind of like a Patrick Stump-esque vocals, because it hasn't. It's just got that kind of, a bit like I can imagine it on like an Save Rock and Roll or American Beauty, American Psycho album by Fall Out Boy. Probably American Beauty, American Psycho. I didn't really like American Beauty, Psycho album.
What is this?
Psycho
American Beauty
album by Fall Out Boy, but I think that would have been a standout track in there. Right. I think it would have been a very good track if they would have covered it, and I think they probably should cover it.
I think they could. It will be a big hit, hopefully by Oh Wonder first, but I think it will be covered. It's just a really good, catchy
I don't think it's
indie sort of pop song.
It's gone past, so it's not going to be a big hit, but it's definitely one of those tunes you should check out. The track we have in the album is All About You, and this song is about a douchebag, basically. Simply enough.
It's not very nice.
No, but that's basically simply enough what it's about. And I mean,
it's extreme.
Well, it is though, isn't it? It's just somebody who's just so caught up in their own head and just in their own mind that they don't think for anybody else. Well, that's what I think of the lyrics. Anyway, but this is a track that's it's slow, and it's similar to Solo in a way, with the beat and everything. But unlike Solo, it just manages to correct all of Solo's mistakes. Like, it makes it a lot more smoother than Solo was, a lot more relaxed and a lot more chilled. Even though Solo was really chilled and really relaxed, it's a lot less generic as well. I'm not saying that the songs like not a generic, but it's just not a generic song, but it's like it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I understand what you mean.
It's not like this generic song, but it is. It's. I'm just saying it's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It kind of reminded me of The Weeknd, and I really like The Weeknd.
Yeah, it did.
So especially the vocals, you know. And
but there's various influences on this album, but we'll come to those a bit later on in the review. But from other artists, but well, yeah.
But yeah, what do you think of all that?
Yeah, I agree with you. Everything you said, really. It's the album. We're really into full swing with the album by this, by track 5 and this particular song, and it's it's good. I like it. Nice feel to it, and it's good. Good tempo changes. Nice song.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the best description, but
Yeah. Okay.
it's a good song. That's all I can say. Really, is heavy, very very heavy, and this track's okay. It's decent.
It was more than okay.
It's decent.
It's more than
yeah, you'll get your opinions in a minute.
I know.
But I like this. They have like this jazzy little synth piano in it, like midway through. I can remember of it. And
there was
that was a bit of it. But I think like what lets this song down is that it's just the chorus. It's just a bit boring, and that's a problem throughout the album. I felt, because I felt like a lot of these tracks could have been better if they had really good choruses to them. I mean, the thing is, the beat's there, and when you've got it's a decent build up to it, and then suddenly you get a boring, not that great chorus, and then it's just like, well, whatever. I mean, it just doesn't catch my attention, and really, I felt heavy was like when the album started to go down again.
Disagree.
But it was still an okay track. I mean, it wasn't that bad. But anyway, what did you think of that?
He's going too far. It's really in full swing with the album now. Absolutely, halfway through. It's a good song, good jazzy feel. It really comes across well. I mean, your point about the harmonies, the whole thing about these two is
it's not the harmonies.
No. But I mean, generally, no. The chorus. Sorry, the chorus. I beg your pardon. The choruses is that they're not the most obvious choruses that you'd expect. I mean, they come in when you least expect, and it's just the feel of these two. The music they're trying to get across. It's not just the obvious way of getting a chorus across with each song. When you listen to a lot of genres I think it surprises you, and it's a good song in that way. It's adventurous in a way. The song it's a nice feel. It's jazzy. It's good. It's really really good, and it's more than okay. Believe me. By the time you come to this track, you are into this album. Believe me.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Thank you.
Sure.
So.
Bigger Than Love. I mean, Bigger Than Love. What can I say about Bigger Than Love? I can't actually remember much from it. It was just a poor track. Down.
Oh, I don't know.
Just let you go down.
Isn't that poor?
It is
it's
average. It's a poor track. It's boring. It's dull. Album's Descent. Album's Descent. Heavy makes it go down. This makes it go further down, and I mean, it's just a poor track in my opinion. I haven't really got much to say about it. I mean, it's pretty forgettable as well.
I don't think it's forgettable. I agree with you to a certain extent. I don't think it was that memorable, but I don't think it was forgettable. It was sort of in between. Sort of in between sort of feel to the album at then. I think it's just after doing so well up to that stage, it's sort of, you always normally have like one, maybe two disappointing tracks on most people's albums. There's always one or two that doesn't really is as good as the others. There are exceptions, obviously, but I think with with this particular track, it doesn't quite come off what they're trying to do. I liked it, I did like it, but I didn't think it quite came off. So certainly showing how good by now.
It's going down. It's just going down.
It's not going down.
It is. It's going down.
It's still maintaining good quality.
It's going down. I'm telling you, it's going to go down.
Right.
And it will just we have Heartstrings, which is a very annoying track. I don't like this track at all. I find it's really boring, and it's basically a poor man's Jamiroquai. This song.
Jamiroquai?
The only up to this song I feel is the saxophone solo, which is an up. Like, I like the saxophone solo, but I mean, it's just, this track just confirms this album's descent. I mean, it's like, it goes like, it's down, and then it's getting up, and it's getting up, and then Heavy gets a little bit down, and then Heartstrings just like pulls it even more. It just pulls it down. I mean, like Fall Out Boy said, Shucker, we are going down in this album. We are going very down.
Who says that?
Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy. A little bit different with Fall Out Boy.
I'm not that big. I'm not a massive fan of Fall Out Boy. Okay, I'm not a massive fan.
I do like.
I like them a lot, but I should probably made out like a massive Fall Out Boy fan. They're a good band, though, in my opinion. What did you think of Heartstrings?
I thought Heartstrings is jazzy feel. Reminded me of going back now. You see, showing my age a bit here, but going back to the 80s, to Lighthouse Family, to Sade, and Taking Everything But the Girl Again, where you had that sort of jazzy melodic feel to their songs, and Heartstrings does remind me of that. It's just a definite influence they probably have had from listening to that music, I would think, or some other bands as well from that period, or periods. I mean, I say periods in the 90s as well to a certain extent, but particularly 80s. And it's it's a really good jazz feel with the piano. And it's easy going. So the piano. I mean, just the piano and the vocals and the
saxophone's the only thing that's going
on for me. As well.
But you know what?
It's ace. It's ace.
You know what, Dad? I do agree with you. It is like the 80s. It's like 80s trash music.
Well, there's lots of trash music in the 80s. There's a lot of good music.
And it's one of those
better of the 70s, but we won't go there now.
And so really, it's a down from the
It's
track.
not. It's an up.
9. I can't properly put 9 up because my phone's busted at the moment. But yeah, Slip Away. And this song, just like the past two, will just slip away from your memory.
No, it won't.
Because it's an appropriate title song, because it will just slip away. Just be gone. Because it's just a meh track. It's
a what track?
Meh.
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 What was meh mean? You're trying to say mess, but you crossed out you left out the last two S's at the end.
Meh. Whatever.
It's a mess.
No, meh.
Meh.
M-E-H, Dad.
What does that mean to an old man like me? Well, what is this? Is this new?
It's not new. You're just very
behind
old.
the times. Old.
And this proves it if you think this album's good.
I think the album. We know it is. I've already said it earlier in the review.
So what do you think of Slip Away?
But I thought Slip Away was nice. Yeah, it's a nice song. It's not outstanding, but it's nice. It's again melodic. It's lovely singing from Josephine. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Track 10 and 11. Is that right, Dad?
Track 10 and Overgrown, yeah.
And 11. Overgrown and My Friends. I'm going to put these together because, again, they're just, they're okay. They're nothing. They're nothing tracks. I'm telling you, this is a nothing track. Nothing to me. Those two just do not stand out whatsoever for me.
They do stand out.
They don't. They honestly don't.
They do stand out. I mean, the only thing I will say, to be fair to is that Overgrown, I think, is, and I know this happens with lots of bands, and they you call it sample, is it, or they copy, they pinch a few chords from the song.
Yes, but that's different.
No, well, it's a bit a lot different from actually, from asking for permission for it and then doing it. Yeah, a lot different. But I think this song reminds everybody remembers an artist called Passenger. Was it Passenger a few years back? I can't remember what the song was called, but it was a big hit for Passenger. Top 10, wasn't it? I believe top 10, top 20 hit in the UK.
I don't know what it is.
Passenger.
I think
Overgrown. We're just talking about Overgrown.
I know. I think I know.
Overgrown.
I think I know what this song is on about, and the only reason he's saying that is because there's a line in it. Only high when you're feeling low or whatever. I think it's like or something.
But that's the main chorus.
Or something along those lines.
It does remind me.
But it's nothing. Song. It's nothing like that song whatsoever.
No, I think the feel of the song
whatsoever.
Overgrown
is not. In fact, I think it was Overgrown that was the one that I could see Coldplay covering.
Yeah, it could do. Yeah, it's possible. But it did remind me, certainly the chorus.
It's not.
The chorus did remind me
because
very
that's
much
a good
of that song, which I thought.
It's a memorable song.
I liked it.
What do you think of My Friends, sir?
My Friends is good. Yeah, My Friends is nice. It's again, it's looking at relationships, interaction that we have in our relationships, whatever they are, personal, whatever relationships that we have, and it's that's basically what it's about, and it comes across very well. Again, melodic, nice feel to it, and a nice song. I liked it.
I just baddest.
I liked it.
A 12 track, the epitome of the boringness and the annoyance.
Is that a new word? Boringness.
No.
Boringness,
shut up, Dad.
That's not new. That's rude.
Honestly, this reminded me of if any of you out there are fans of the 1975's second album.
Yes.
I like that album. I like 1975 a lot. They're like one of my favourite bands. But every once in a while they produce this weird song, slow, a bit shoegazy. This song isn't that shoegazy, to be fair. But it kind of reminded me of this weird 1975 track gone wrong. It's just doesn't go right. It's called Mess, and it's a completely mess with track. It's not good, and it's just sums the album up, and it's just disappointing. It just really disappointed me.
Yeah, it's not a really good way to end the album, actually. Really,
it's waste. Yeah.
And it's sort of, I don't know, expected a little bit more of a rousing finish actually to the album, and it disappointed me that there wasn't with this song. It's okay, it's all right, and it didn't change my opinion. Obviously, what I said already about the album as a whole, it's a good album and one I'd recommend, but a disappointing song certainly to end the album. It didn't really work for me. It was a bit of a mishmash, too much of vocals, wasn't it, and piano and synth, that it just didn't really work.
I just,
but
I
two tracks on an album that don't.
It's just, it just doesn't work at all. I'm glad we agree.
Well, to conclude, I think. Can I say this first?
If you want to say it first.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's a very good second album. Because you corrected me at first, I think it was debut. It's actually a second album. It's really nice album. It's melodic. It reminds me very much of. I mentioned about Everything But the Girl. Reminds me very much of them. So if you're a fan of them, I know it's or Lighthouse Family. I know their music is many years old now, but their music was memorable. So you'll like this album. It is a breath of fresh air. It's a nice feel to it. It's mystical. It's melodic. It's enjoyable. It's very easygoing, relaxing, and I recommend it. To listen, and I'm sure you'd enjoy it. Today's music, well, it's difficult to say how well it will really do. It's got some good. They're getting a lot of publicity now. They'll need the airplay, obviously, but I think that it's a bit different from so many genres nowadays, which all intermingle and it's all a bit of a mess sometimes. This is just on its own, nice. There aren't many two pieces like that. I don't know who were the last two piece, Ting Tings or something. I don't know. You know, it's
or
the last,
21 Pilots.
no, the last two piece, boy and a girl, with this sort of music.
Well, are you joking?
No, two piece, a boy and a
There
girl.
are loads.
No, are there? Ting Tings, well, they were two piece, but the Ting Tings music was, you know, was very, very poor compared to.
There are loads of.
If there are, I don't hear them.
I think the XX,
you know,
the XX. I'm not.
The XX, yeah, certainly
no,
one.
no. I think they might be a free
Probably
piece.
are they? I don't know. There's possibly one. There probably are. Somebody's going to say, "Oh, right, it's so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so," but I'm not aware. No, would be more aware of it than me. But anyway, it's an album to conclude. I think, yeah, I think it's nice to listen to. You'd enjoy it, and yeah, enjoy it.
What would you out of 10 then?
Out of 10, I'd give it. I would give it 7 out of 10. And I think I would have given it higher, but for the two rather disappointing tracks.
Which are?
Which are You Got Me Now. No, it's the last track. Waste is one. I'm trying to remember what the other one is. It was about halfway through, I think. But Waste was certainly one. But apart from, as I say, those two tracks, yeah, it's you know, otherwise I would have given it a higher mark.
Tracks to download?
Certainly tracks to download: High on Humans, Heavy, Heartstrings. Those three, recommend to download those. It's today's music. Well, how was it really going to go down? It's a bit difficult to say, really. But I think if one of those, particularly High on Humans, gets a lot of play on Radio 1 and Radio 2, by the way, I think they will. We'll see. I can't, we'll see. But I think they'll get a lot more fans. Yeah, I mean, it's a great album to release it. Obviously, in the summertime, it's it's really that sort. It's not background music. It's music that should be at the fore whether you're listening in the car or at home. Obviously, it's nice, very nice.
Well, my opinion of it basically is the album itself is mediocre at best. I mean, to be honest with you, let's be serious here. There's so many other indie pop bands out there.
Yeah, but not like that.
Yeah, there are. Churches, the XX.
Churches aren't a two-piece, and they're not as good as that.
Look, this is for fans of like Churches, the XX,
yeah,
Modern, Coldplay, London Grammar. Yes, it is like London Grammar.
It is similar in a way, you could say, like London Grammar or Clean Bandit.
It's a Clean Bandit.
But they've been successful, so there's no reason to say why.
But the reason why I don't think I Wonder will make any more headlines. Well, they'll probably get another one than this, but I don't think there'll be any of a standout duo. Is the reason why is because they're just generic and boring. Simple as that. That's all I gotta say for that. It's generic, it's boring. I feel there is talent there. There is talent, I must say that. I feel High on Humans is a brilliant indie pop track, and I think that's definitely a one to download. And honestly, it's just a very good track. But if they want to improve, they'll have to, in my opinion, they have to improve those lyrical themes to make it less generic. They have to improve, they have to give Anthony more of a vocal time, because I want to hear his vocals more. I don't like her vocals. She reminds me too much of Ellie Goulding, and also I think they need to improve on those choruses. And if they do those three things, I think they can be a proper indie pop band that can be out there and do decent things in the future. But until then, I have to give this album a 5 out of 10. And that just sums it up for me. So I'll put together our reviews. We give it a 6 out of 10. But
7 from me.
But personally, 5 from me.
7 from me.
Starting out here is the extended cut with your boys,
Mark
and Noah. Peace, and see you later. Have a great week. Hope everything goes fine with you. See you later, the Extendables. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button. You know what to do. Cheers. Peace.